Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, welcome to the next episode of the 100 Season 6. The last episode that we watched was called Matryoshka, episode 10 of the season, and we're fast approaching the finale. Things are really starting to come together. So we had Clark and Josephine's, what feels like their final battle in Clark's head, because Gabriel tried to pull Josephine out, even though she convinced him, or tried to convince him not to, but he didn't want her to keep taking bodies, resurrecting, and carrying on the same cycle, so he chose to pull her out of Clark's head. But she held onto the neural mesh that Clark held onto to stop for the mind wipe. And so Josephine was still in Clark's head. They thought Josephine got destroyed. Now, at the end of the last episode, what I wondered, which I'm going to find out, I presume, in this episode, is did any of Josephine get pulled out onto the chip, or was it all completely still in Clark's head? Because I wondered if part of her got pulled out, but part of her stayed in Clark's head, in which case she could potentially still be resurrected. Or did she completely stay in Clark's head? I presume it's the latter, and that she's gone for good now, which is great for us, because Josephine's not a great person, but bad for the team, because Russell's already pissed, because they're leading a rebellion. Well, I don't think he knows about that yet, actually, but he knows that the guy, obviously, he watched him kill his wife, Simone, and so when he finds out that his daughter's dead as well, he's not going to be happy, and understandably, but for us, meh. I'm not going to miss Josephine. I'm going to miss Eliza playing the two different characters, because I think it was really interesting to watch and she did it really well. But I'm not going to miss Josephine as a character. We also had the team telling Russell to try and avoid themselves being burned at the stake. They can create more Nightbloods with bone marrow, so they're going to use Maddie's bone marrow to try and create more Nightbloods, which is weird because a few episodes ago we were creating more Nightbloods, then that plan got thwarted, and now we're trying that again. We'll see how this one turns out. But Maddie's also getting more and more influenced by the Dark Commander, and Raven has a plan to try and stop it. As always with the show, as I've said probably every episode, it's not going to go to plan because it's the 100. Things never go to plan. I realised last episode we've not seen Jordan for a couple of episodes since he was stabbed. Is he dead? Or is he just resting somewhere, getting better? I didn't want to look it up because I don't want to see spoilers. But they didn't really show him getting killed. But once he was stabbed, he's not been in it again since. So I wonder if he's going to be in it. I wonder if we're going to find out more about the anomaly, although I have a feeling that's going to play a part in maybe the season finale, or we're just not going to find out. But we must do, because we can't have Diyoza just disappearing and not coming back, because I love Diyoza. So I'm thinking maybe we're going to deal with the Primes and Sanctum and the Children of Gabriel and that shebang, and then maybe the anomaly is going to play a factor in the finale, I think. Maybe. Or the Red Sun, because we had the Red Sun in the first couple of episodes, and realistically they've not really used it again. I thought maybe in the middle of the season we're going to have to hide from the Red Sun again, but maybe someone gets trapped outside. But other than that first couple of episodes, as far as I can remember anyway, we've not seen the Red Sun again, so I'm excited to see that come back potentially. That could be an interesting setup for the finale, where the people are going crazy, turning against each other. How do we survive? That kind of thing. This episode is episode 11 of season 6. Can't believe we're so close to the finale already. And it's called Ashes to Ashes. Now, you say ashes to ashes, dust to dust, when it's a funeral, correct? I think. I've actually not been to a funeral yet. I've been lucky enough, touch wood. I've not been to a funeral yet in my life, but I think that's what it is. I think it could just be about Josephine finally being gone, Russell finding out, building up this resistance and this army to go and fight back against the Primes, because they're becoming low in number. But if this Nightblood thing works with Maddie's bone marrow, they could be getting more Nightbloods created soon, which is a scary thought. But then I also wonder if in the next couple of episodes Maddie's going to start becoming worse and worse because of the Dark Commander. Let's jump into the episode to find out. If you enjoyed the video, please leave some comments down below. Let me know what you thought of the episode. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And please take a look at the Patreon link down below in the description box to watch a full reaction to this episode. And if you're watching over on YouTube, the rest of season 6 will be live on Patreon, as well as probably the start of season 7 as well. Let's jump into the 100 season 6 episode 10. No, 11. No, 11. Ashes to Ashes. Oh wow, okay. So they've started creating it already. Jeez, but do they still need to go up to 0G with a Nightblood from bone marrow?
Dr. Jackson?
Leave Ben alone.
I can't feel my hand. Something's wrong.
Don't loosen it. Don't. Are you stupid, Jackson? Right, good. For a second then I was worried that he was going to die.
Why didn't you let me go for the throat? thought you wanted revenge.
It's like Game of Thrones, these scenes, doesn't it?
A lesson in strategy, and you're not paying attention.
Buddy, why you listen to this creep?
What do you want from me?
He wants power, I think. We don't really know much about this guy. Oh. Oh, okay.
I want you to rule this world. I
Interesting.
did the last.
Really cool visual, though.
I want you to kill everyone.
Everyone.
Away. I want you to get revenge for Clark.
She's still alive, buddy. Brenda Strong. Why is she in this? Brenda Strong's Mary Alice from Desperate Housewives, right? And she was in season 3?
Thanks to you.
Okay, I'm curious now.
I'm so sorry, Clark. I knew you were a target.
It's nice to see her back, though.
I didn't protect you.
Oh, you got her back. You helped save her, which is amazing.
You saved me.
Yeah, he did. Handsome hero.
We don't give Russell his daughter
Clark, as
back.
soon as he realizes you're not her, it should be the second you walk in the door and he checks for the drive, you're dead.
So let's put it back in.
And if she's not on it,
It's not happening. We appreciate what you did for us.
he can put it back in and there's no one on it, so it's fine.
It isn't just about our people.
Well, it is for me, Clark.
Are they friends again yet?
She's a child under assault from a demon. And the longer we wait, the more control he has over.
Just relax. Raven's on the case. I'm sure Matt will be fine as soon as Houdini Miller breaks us out of here and we get
Houdini Miller.
the spells after the machine shop, right?
I want to take a guess as to what happened to Echo.
Oh yeah, she got knocked out by
I
Rika.
have to assume they have her too now.
But we don't know
Might
why
give
yet.
us some time, but does anyone really believe they're just gonna let us walk once it's done?
Not a chance.
Your friend Jordan saved the life of Priya the Seventh, hallowed be her name.
Is he okay?
She's seen to his ongoing recovery personally.
Right.
Because your
Fine.
are committed to save your people. Take her to the machine shop. Test Abby's bone marrow formula.
So they
If it
don't need
works,
to get it to space.
turns you into a
then.
host, then it will be your great honor to become one with Simone Prime. Hallowed be her name.
Unless they've already...
I've never performed that procedure before.
So they could turn Echo into a prime. Oh, that's scary.
For this, we all are. And we can no longer afford our moral equivocations. But this is how we get our family back.
No, because that means Echo will die. I don't want that.
Call for me when it's done.
Silence. Say kick and calm time. I'll see her come up. The governor on calm, you flame I clean.
Murphy, you traitor! I'll kill you!
And what are you asking?
According to Jade, my daughter is still alive. Or was last night. I need you to bring her home. If you can do this, then you and your girlfriend have your immortality after all.
And if I say no,
You won't. If you fail, however, or do something that keeps my daughter from her place at my side, then I will be forced to take an eye for an eye.
She's already dead.
He doesn't want to kill his own people.
Why not? You did.
Bellamy.
I don't need a lecture on moral relativity from the queen of cannibals.
Oh. Oh.
Can I talk to you outside?
No, you know what? For once, you're not my biggest problem.
She's trying to be nice. I would totally be the same way he is. So I totally get it. I think because I love Octavia so much.
Oh, we'll keep
I might be nice to her, but does she deserve that forgiveness yet? I don't know.
Search the tent.
He's got to just tell her.
man is dead. So is Xavier.
Show them the scar.
Gabriel.
Thing is, how loyal? I was gonna say, how loyal are they to Gabriel when it's her brother? Like, that's what's so confusing about the Primes when they find out that they're killing people and whatnot.
10 years? He's
Oh,
been lying to
poor
us
woman.
for 10 years? Letting me call him brother?
That's gonna be really difficult.
He's still our leader.
Mom,
He's a traitor. In a crime.
It's not right that you kept it a secret,
Told us
though.
the truth,
I agree.
instead, he let us think we were abandoned.
Yeah, he should have told them.
Give me back.
What are you talking about?
Shut up.
I'm talking about weaponized red sun toxin. Gabriel's a Nightblood. He can walk it right through the shield and deploy it. Once it's in the air, he finds our friend Raven. She'll bring the shield down for the rest of us. We use the chaos of the evacuation.
Yeah,
to
but won't
rescue
Raven
our
be
people.
affected by the red
You kill the
sun?
primes.
The only thing worse than my people being burned alive is it happening to my family.
See, I thought it was more on our side than this.
Riker, wait. The truth
So
is
why would you start a rebellion
to stop this.
if you don't want your family to die?
If you let me go, I'll still honor our deal. You and your mother will be fine.
Or to be stopped at
won't.
least.
If you could prevent all those deaths by taking one life, would you do it?
Yes, but also that's not going to happen.
That's what I thought.
Sometimes we have to disobey in order to transcend.
Did you think about that when we were following Blood Rain?
Oh, he's still really struggling.
Mistakes are forgivable. Not learning from them isn't.
You can tell he feels a lot of guilt for what he did, and
You know the drill.
rightly
Hands on the
so.
wall.
They did a lot of bad things in that bunker.
Hands on the wall. Let him starve.
Did he steal something?
What were you thinking?
He did something.
That's the best lift
Ugh.
I've made.
That's... How did he not notice the whole knife got taken off him?
Swear on my brother's memory. If you betray us, I will kill you.
And as you should. He betrays you. I don't see he betrays him because then he killed Josephine, which is the love of his life or whatever.
This is Mount Weather all over again. That bomb won't just cause chaos. It'll cause a massacre. There has to be a better way than using a
I'm excited to see it.
to get the shield down.
Actually, I'm not.
People, I'll be fine.
I want the primes to die.
All the strange to defend for themselves.
But not the innocent
The early
people.
warning system is-
The early warning system. The insects are affected by the toxin first. That's why they're in tanks all over Sanctum.
I'm aware. That's my idea. What's your point?
We use less of the toxin. Enough to affect the bugs, but not the people.
Oh, so they
enough
get
to trigger
panicked.
The evacuation. Can you do that?
Yes, but
What do you say when I'm sorry isn't good enough? You were right for leaving me behind.
Oh, this is the Octavia that I wanted all
I
season.
know how hard that must have been for you, but you were right. It was a mess. A danger to you, to myself, and everyone we care about.
Yeah. What's changed?
Everything. I need you in my life, Val.
Sorry.
Look, I don't know what happened to you out here, but now is not the time. We need to fill these bags and get back.
She's
to
trying
before
to be
the antidotes wear
nice.
us off.
You can talk and get mushrooms at the same
You were
time.
my rock. Without you as my compass,
If they are mushrooms, I don't know.
I was lost. Say I'm your sister.
Come on, Bellamy. Please.
My sister.
Yay.
But you're not my responsibility. Not anymore.
I totally get it though. Like, I get why he's so pissed. I really, really do. But she's trying to make amends, so.
You're a killer, an assassin. I'm an engineer.
Won't be just that after today.
I'm an engineer. Oh, hey.
Top that.
You know I can't.
Oh god, this feels like it's gonna be a goodbye to Echo.
Do it like I showed you.
Oh god.
And picture Queen Naya's face at the center.
Queen Naya, that's Brenda Strong. I wondered when she was gonna be in it.
Secret then?
Your Highness, forgive.
Quiet. I don't care why your aim is true. Just that it is.
It's cool to see her again though.
This piece of filth is a Sangha Crew spy. If he gets away, your mission will fail. Run, you fool! What are you waiting
Blah.
for?
time. Oh, she's so cool.
Kill her.
Ugh.
She doesn't take the knife and attack in 3 seconds. Kill both.
God, she was a brutal bitch, though, wasn't she? Jesus.
Fight back. Show her she needs you too. I'm sorry.
This is awful.
Sandgate crew is expecting a girl named Echo.
Congratulations, Echo. Don't let me down.
Get her,
That's
man.
Like, as much I missed the early seasons. It was brutal stuff, though.
Ash, killing you would haunt me. And so would not killing you.
Please don't kill her. Please don't kill her. Oopsie.
You like my bleeder?
She is now. This is why I like Echo. Absolutely do not blame you, girl. I was actually quite liking Riker for a while, but
Bellamy, it's the only way. What is?
pretending to be Josephine.
I go as Josephine.
Exciting.
It's not the only way. We use the bomb as planned. Risking your life when we don't have to
It's how
just...
we do better.
Oh, that's exciting.
What would
though.
Monty do?
Clark, if you fail, if Russell figures out that his daughter is dead, all our people...
Of course he will eventually.
So I won't fail. Bellamy. If we can spare innocent
But
lives,
that's going to be fun to watch.
we should.
Oh, she's taking the chance to do it. I mean, they don't have much choice, really. Do the voice.
Well done, Jade. You just can't pick a side, can you, John?
The only reason I'm doing this is because Maury dies if I don't. Is she really gone this time?
Yes. Boo-hoo.
She's trying to help you, girl. I think it's really obvious that when someone's like, you go, I'll take care of this, they often don't shoot the person. So the fact that they both left her alone to kill that person seems stupid to me.
What? No hug?
I'm a man of my word. You earned your place here.
She's gonna become a Nightblood.
Take him to Amori. Clear the doctor and the rest of her people from the lab.
Oh no.
And what is this?
She's acting good.
This is how we make hosts.
Clark, is that you?
No, girl.
No, it's not. She put up a good fight, though, kid. Can't win them all.
We're gonna kill you! We're gonna kill both of you and everything you love!
This child is scary, man. Does Russell know something's up, or?
How many doses can we get out of her before she dies? It's time for my new drive. Being mortal sucks.
Okay, seems to have fallen for it. She's doing a good job, I'll give her that. But like, what happens next? Don't end there! That's not fair. Okay guys, that was my reaction to The 100, Season 6, Episode 11, Ashes to Ashes. And that was good. I was really excited. I'm really enjoying this season. As much as I've said this before, I was nervous to start Season 6 because I was told after kind of the first 5 seasons, when that chapter of the show finishes, it goes downhill. I've really enjoyed this season. Now, I'm nervous about the next season, but we'll worry about that in a couple episodes' time. So this episode, Ashes to Ashes, I got really scared for Echo. Really scared. I forgot initially that she was captured by Riker, but then we saw that she was getting turned into a Nightblood to have Simone resurrected in her mind. And initially, I was like, well, they're not going to kill her. Blah, blah, blah. She's such a main character. They're not going to get rid of her. But then, when they started the flashback, that's when I started to get nervous, because I've seen so many shows where an episode that focuses largely on a character who's, while she's a main character, she's also not one of like the main guys like Bellamy, Clark, Octavia, which are the ones that are at the very, very forefront. Normally in shows, when they're about to get written out, they'll get an episode that's about them, or we find out more about their history or a backstory or something about them. And so when she started to reveal the secret and started talking to Riker about this thing that happened to her when she was a kid, my heart dropped a bit, because I thought, they're going to make us feel really bad for Echo, not just the fact that she's captured and she's going to be killed to have someone else resurrected in her mind, but also going to learn like a really tragic backstory because she's about to die. And so we learned that she's not Echo, she's Ash, and as a child, she was in a fight to the death with her friend and had to kill her friend to save herself, and she took over the kind of the mantle of Echo, and that's really awful. I was really excited when I saw Brenda Strong's name in the credits to see how she was going to be in it, 'cause I thought, with this show being how it is, in that at the end of season 5, Earth was wiped out. Well, at the end of season 4, most of Earth was wiped. So anyone that was alive, which she wasn't, she died in season 3, is gone, minus a few people at the end of season 5. But even they were all wiped out, minus the ones that escaped from Earth. So they don't have the luxury of a lot of shows where we can just bring characters back, unless it's like the Octavia bit where she was hallucinating and had Pike come back, or the Clark and Josephine episode in The Brain where Monty came back and Maya came back, things like that. This show doesn't have that luxury, unless it's like a weird mind thing or a flashback. So I was like, how the hell is Brenda Strong going to be in it? So the flashback made sense. And it was really cool to see not just her again, but just that vibe of the early seasons, which was these tribes on Earth, these different lifestyles, these colonies, and how, I can't remember the name of the crew that she was in. It was the Ice Nation, right? But they had a name that I don't remember. But just when she came along and she had the headdress on and the makeup, it gave me flashes back to an early season. Back when I think the show was probably at its best, although I'm really enjoying the season as well. The early seasons are definitely like the show's strongest points, I think. And so it kind of made me miss that kind of era of the show, but it was really cool to see it again. Really heartbreaking to watch Echo and her friend fight to the death, because they're just children. And that shows how brutal that world was. Well, you kill this traitor, she missed. So, right, well, you either kill your best friend, or you're both going to die in 3 seconds, so go. That's how brutal that world was. And this world is harsh as well, with the Primes murdering innocent people to be reborn. But that whole Ice Nation, the people on Earth, that was harsh. That was something else. But luckily, Echo got out with the help of Gaia and Miller. They escaped, saved Echo. She killed Riker, which I did like Riker at points, because you could tell he was the most empathetic of the Primes, minus Gabriel. That he felt sympathy for what he'd done, and that it wasn't always right, but ultimately sided with his family and was going to kill Echo. So, bye Riker, nice knowing you, rest in peace. Speaking of other Primes, we had Gabriel. My opinion on Gabriel actually changed this episode, to be honest, because whilst we knew all along that man was in hiding, he might not be alive, where is he? And once we knew that it was Gabriel, it was interesting to know that he'd been in hiding. But this episode kind of changed my opinion a little bit, because when the children of Gabriel came and we kind of realised that he's been Gabriel for over 10 years, and this girl's brother, that she thought Xavier was her brother, and for 10 years it's not. That kind of made me realise that Gabriel's a bit of a coward. Yes, I appreciate that he doesn't like the whole being reborn, and he doesn't want to perpetuate that cycle. But the fact that her brother had been dead for 10 years and he didn't say anything to her, just so she at least knew the truth, made me feel like he's a bit of a coward. And we could see that when everyone was going outside the tent and he wanted to stay back. and was hiding back a bit, he looked a bit scared. Part of that's because if he reveals that he's Gabriel, they might want to kill him, understandably. And so I totally understood that woman's anger, because she even said, if you'd have just told me at the time, yes, she probably would have been pissed. But at least it wasn't Gabriel that did it, you know, because he was dead. As if he's not in control of whose body he goes into, to some degree. Unless it's chosen beforehand, but it wasn't. He said it wasn't my choice to be resurrected. It was someone else that did it. So if he was resurrected at the time, and they found out at the time, she would have been upset because her brother's dead. But also, I don't think she would have been that pissed at Gabriel because it wasn't his fault. She might have felt anger towards him because it's the body of the brother. But it wasn't his fault. But the fact that he's lied about it for so long, I can get why she's pissed off. I can get why she doesn't trust him. I wouldn't trust him either. But it made me feel like he's a bit of a coward and just hiding away from all his like responsibilities. And they were radioing for help. He never answered. And yeah, whilst I should have thought that before, this episode kind of emphasised the fact that he's a bit of a coward and just hides away from helping his people. And that's not okay. But I like their plan to use the red sun toxin to poison the water so that it's diluted a bit so the insects start to go crazy, but not everybody, because initially they're going to infect everybody. Everyone goes crazy, starts killing each other, and that gives them a chance to do what they need to do. But obviously that's a very dangerous method and people are going to die, and they don't want to do another genocide like Matt Wither. So put it in the water, dilute it, get the insects to go crazy so that everyone goes into hiding so they can do what they need to do to save their people. That's cool. I like that. But obviously we also had Clark pretending to be Josephine, and I really enjoy it in shows. I think I talked about this back when Clark and Josephine were in the same body, that I like in shows where there's like twins or a doppelganger or like a clone or something like that. One's good, one's evil, and the good one's got to pretend to be the evil one. That's why I said I liked that Eliza was playing the two different characters really well, and now I like at this point where she's because that's when Josephine was pretending to be Clark. I liked that, to see how she interprets Clark's movements and her friends, and how in these situations there's always things where the friends don't notice obvious glaring errors and red flags, which they didn't initially. It didn't take long for it to come out, but now I like it. It's been reversed, that Clark is now pretending to be Josephine, and how long is she going to be able to get away with it? We've only got 2 episodes left of the season, so it's not going to last too long. But even in those points that we saw right near the end, she was doing a great job of twirling the hair, changing the voice, being quite brutal towards Maddie, and how many things can we get before she dies. But we could see it was difficult because when she turned round and Maddie was on the chair and you could see that she was not doing so good, there was a little glimmer in her face of, but she put the wall up really quickly, the act on, and waited until Russell had left the room before she kind of broke a little bit. But now she knows that they're extracting bone marrow from Maddie. They've tried to turn Echo into Nightblood. We've also learned they're going to turn Murphy and probably Maury into a Nightblood to make them become a Prime. Murphy's a weird one because he does always protect himself and Maury. And I get that it's love, and his character from day one has been about self-preservation. But also, every now and again he has these moments where he comes through and does something really heroic. Like when the war was going to end in season 5? 4? 5. There was one where someone got injured and he went back and picked them up to save them, putting himself at risk because that person was injured. They could have died. I'm sure it was the Prime Fire one. I think it was season 4. Please forgive me if I'm wrong. But he went back, put himself in danger to go and get that person to try and save their life. And so every now and again he does something really selfless. But as we're seeing in this one, he's making these deals, trying to save himself because he had that near-death experience, saw hell, and so he doesn't want that and just tries to get immortality, which does fit in with his character, so I totally understand it, but it's just a shame to see because I like it when he's part of the group. But also I do feel like by the end of the season, this whole Prime thing's going to be gone, and so he's probably going to be back with friends with our group. I think. Maybe. We'll see. But speaking of Maddie again, she's really getting under the influence of this dark commander dude. Like, in that cool room with a chessboard, which kind of looked like a Game of Thrones scene, we saw that he's took his hood off and we got to see him properly, and he wants her to kill everybody that stands in her way. And she basically gave into it and was like, okay, tell me what to do. I don't like it, and I feel like she's gonna. I don't know what she's gonna do. I really don't know how this moves forward, because we didn't see Raven this episode, and she's obviously got a plan to try and stop the Dark Commander. But yeah, she's trying to find a way to not infiltrate. Words, Scott. English. Isolate the Dark Commander to try and delete him off the commander chip. So I don't feel that's going to happen, or if it does, it's going to be killing Maddie, or I feel like she's going to do some bad things before this happens, for the end of the commander thing. I feel like she's going to kill more people, cause a lot more deaths, kill one of the main characters, something like that. Because initially we could see that she was putting up a fight against him, doing some bad stuff, but also had some influence where, like, she went to kill Jackson when he stupidly loosened the arm cuffs, and like, oh, my arm's too tight, like, my hand's hurting. Idiot Jackson, what are you doing, Ben? If you're watching this series and you don't know why I keep calling him Ben, it's a long-running thing on my channel that I used to forget his name constantly. I used to always call him Ben, and that wasn't his name, so it was just kind of stuck that I now call him Ben. Not done it as much recently because he's not really been in a lot, but stupid that he let go of under the cuff, because obviously she was trying to get out, obviously. And obviously she had enough willpower to just slash him rather than go for the throat. Like the commander said, why didn't you go for the throat like I told you to? And she said, because he's innocent. So she got enough power over him to hold back. Like, again, she didn't kill Gaia, she banished her. Didn't do very well, but she tried to banish her. But it feels like she's just giving in now at this point and just going along with it. Like, right, you tell me what to do, I'm going to kill everybody. Especially when she realises that Clark is gone, or think Clark's gone, and it's Josephine. And Clark wasn't alone with her enough to kind of give those hints that she is Clark. So, yeah, I feel like over the next 2 episodes, Maddie's going to do something really bad. Really bad. And I don't know how I feel about it. I'll have to wait to see how the storyline kind of turns out for my thoughts. Like I said before, I like that Maddie's got something to do. It is a bit shoehorned in, because you never heard of a Dark Commander before. But I want to know more about his character to really kind of get invested in it one way or another. Because at the minute I'm just like, he's just this dude that wears a hood and has no eye, has these scars, and just wants to kill everybody. Tell me more about him to understand why he is the way he is. I know we've heard little bits, but I don't think we've heard enough to really care or understand his character too much, so I want to know more about him. But I think that's everything for this episode. I'm excited moving into the next 2, because we've got Clarkton to be Josephine. Going to do the Red Sun. She wants to get the shield down, put the Red Sun toxin in the water to get everyone to hide away. We've also got Murphy's going to be a Nightblood, as well as Emori. Echo's escape with Gaia and Miller, so that's exciting, and a lot of pieces in play as we go into the next 2 episodes, the final 2 episodes of Season 6. As always, my name is Scott. I hope you guys are well, taking care of yourselves and staying safe. Enjoy the video, leave some comments down below, let me know what you're thinking of this season, these reactions, are you enjoying it? I've noticed on YouTube that this season's not getting as many views as the past 2 seasons, which is a shame, because I used to enjoy talking to you guys about the show. So please, if you're watching this, leave me some thoughts down below. I like talking about this show with people, so please let me know down below, because none of my friends or family watch the 100, really, enough to really talk about it. So yeah, if you're watching and you don't normally comment, feel free to have a chat down below, and I'll have a chat with you about stuff. So yeah, please leave some comments down below. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you all very soon for the next episode of the 100 Season 6. Bye guys, take care, stay safe.